What's going on, gamers? I'm going to go over how stun damage works and why Hammer is the KO King and will probably remain the KO King. So this is a website a lot of people use whenever they're looking at motion values and what the power of an attack is and things of that nature. Now there is a stun value column. So these are basically the stun values on all of the attacks that you can have with the hammer. Now the spinning bludgeon attack, which is the Beyblade, that one does the most at 60 for the hammer. This is one of the reasons why the hammer maintained its KO King status in Iceborne, because they put that in the game. That is ridiculous considering how often you're smacking that monster in the face and how much exhaust. It's basically the best attack that you can do with the hammer. So if there is a hill and there's a hammer main in your party, just go to the hill and fight the monster. Most of the weapons do better on a hill, actually, but the hammer truly excels at that. Is that Beyblade. The dual blades are good at it too, though. So first, I would like to go over KO damage, which is only on bludgeoning attacks. A lot of people don't really know this, just because it doesn't really tell you that only bludgeoning weapons KO damage. It just says that it's best at it. Now you have the hammer, the hunting horn, and that's basically it. You have the shield from the sword and shield that also does bludgeoning damage. You have the shoulder tackle. You have the slap with the greatsword. All of the bludgeoning attacks just do KO damage. Like the bow's little falling rocks, those do KO damage too. So in spirit of that, I have chosen to put the hammer up against the hunting horn. Now, the hunting horn is not a bad KO weapon. Nowhere near the hammer in stunning damage. So if you're interested in knocking out a monster, just play the hammer. This is why there's so many hammer mains, because there's just no other satisfaction by knocking out a monster. It feels similar to cutting off a tail from a greatsword. Balance. So you can actually tell when you KO a monster by little stars circling around his head. Sometimes monsters get knocked down and they're not actually stunned, and people think that they are stunned. This causes some misconceptions. But as you can see, every time that the hammer hits the head, you'll see little stars. This is indicating that you're dealing stun damage. This is also why I think there needs to be a bludgeoning weapon inside of Wilds. There's not really a lot of bludgeoning weapons, to be honest with you. I would like to see an elemental bludgeoning weapon. That's the next weapon that needs to come to Monster Hunter. Wow, there would be so many people's mains. It would be crazy. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, tell me why. Let me know what other stuff in Monster Hunter you want me to go over. I'll be making content probably until Wilds comes out, while I also do other video games.